Alright fellas, so here we are back in Pokemon Masters. Victor's getting his rerun tomorrow alongside the special Paseo Champion Stadium. Obviously that's not a rerun event, but Victor is the rerun character for that event. Due to it being mono grass week for every single stage, Victor is the best recent Pokefair unit. Best recent Pokefair grass unit to release, so obviously they're going to rerun him. Pretty fast for a rerun. Generally, reruns are very inconsistent, but this is Victor's first rerun. It is a free banner, no paid gems involved, and 6 months later, I mean, that's pretty solid for now today's standards. Obviously, I had a different video where I went over how unit reruns kind of are bad nowadays, but this is pretty good for Victor. I use Victor as a prime example of a good rerun. So anyway, yeah, whatever. So, should you summon for Victor and Rillaboom outright? I'm going to say no. If you want to get into more detail on why and whatever else, then watch the video. If you don't care to go into more detail, then just know I don't recommend you summon for the banner. You can go ahead and stop watching now, but let's go over it. So, first of all, the event is weak to grass. Grass is a very, very saturated type, oversaturated type, some may say. It's got a lot of really, really solid sync pairs on it, right? So in terms of just attacking units, strikers, and techs, in terms of general pool and free options, one, you've got Gardenia. Gardenia is a pretty solid 4-star unit, right? She got a solid enough grid expansion. If she were to have an EX, of course she would be better, but Leaf Storm, 160 base power, she's got Charging Sun, she's got super duper effective, she'll be great, right? She'll do just fine. She's got 386 special attack, 400 special attack if you have her up to 5 stars. Even higher if you have her at EX level and whatnot, right? And, for sync moves, she's got Solar Flare and Double Down, so she's definitely not, lacking in the department of damage or sync moves. So, very solid. Brendan, don't really need to go over Brendan. He's got Inertia right there. Does he have Ramming Speed? Yeah, he's got Ramming Speed, of course, right here. Charging Sun. He's got Sync Nodes, of course, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Brendan, and, of course, Leaf Storm again. So Brendan, very, very strong unit in general, even though he's pretty old. I'm not going to go over Sigma Suit Leaf. She's really, really good, but, Pokefair unit. If you chose her from the ticket, though, and you have her at multiple dupe levels, she's pretty solid. You don't really... If you wanted to be super strong, get her, probably 3 out of 5 at least, but otherwise, it doesn't really make much of a difference if you have her or not. She can still do stuff. I mean, she's not the worst unit ever, right? Mallow and Serena. Solid enough physical attacking stat there, 356. Power Whip, 141 base power. Solid enough damage. She's got a Critical Strike 1 and Charging Sun 3. Is she a tech? She is a tech. Of course she is. Confusion Synergy 5. There's stuff there. Power Posture for more damage on Power Whip, so Power Whip's going to be hitting really, really hard. She got Pecking Order and Solar Flare 5 for her sync move, so she's not going to be lacking really at all in the damage department. Already, ton of great damage dealers. Celine's got Inertia, Catastrophe, Sync, Restraining Sync up. She's got Ramming Speed for DPS with Leaf Blade and Held Hostage as well as I think an innate. Yeah, Held Hostage 5 as her innate multiplier, so she's able to do a lot. She's got a solid physical attack stat. Really, really solid striker there as well. Sigma Suit Erica, amazing unit. Solar Blade, 240 base power, as well as having, Ramming Speed, super duper effective too. And then for the sync move, she's got Solar Flare 5, she got Inertia. She does a lot, and she applies Sun. Really, Charging Sun 5, really, really strong attacker here. Even with a lower attack stat, that Solar Blade still hits for a lot. It's a very, very strong move. Don't underestimate it. Very, very strong unit. Lodge Sycamore, obviously he's completely free to play. He's really, really strong as well. He can apply super effective next to himself. He's got Leaf Storm with Smart Cookie. Is that the only power node? I guess so. First on the innate, yeah, Toxic Power 3 into Ramming Speed for innate damage multipliers on Leaf Storm. For the sync move, Double Down 3, Virtual and Toxin. More sync nodes. He can do a lot, and as well as coming off of about 288 special attack stat. Not the greatest, but still, he can do quite a lot of damage. He'll be fine. Gloria and Thwacky, if you have them. Woodhammer with recoil removal, come on, it's going to hit really, or Stand Fest 9, my bad. It's going to be hitting really, really hard. She's got super effective next, I believe. Where does she get that? I'm quite certain she has super sinker right there. Yeah, Super Preparation 4, whenever the user's move is successful, applying super effective next and having a Woodhammer hit, that'll do a lot of damage. That'll do quite a lot of damage. So, yeah. Stay fast in top 5, whatever else, right? So, yeah. Quite a lot of damage. Ignore that. Yeah. Overall, really, really strong grass units, even ignoring Victor and a lot of the gacha units like Signature Lyra, Special Costume Rosa, you know, Special Costume Sonia. All these, like, strong grass characters that are Poke Fairs, Master Fairs, Seasonals. There's still a lot of great general pool and free-to-play options, right? Really, really strong options. That's not even including units like Ramos, who can certainly do things, right? They're, you know, not the greatest, but still they can do things, right? So there's that. Plus there's normal Lyra, who I think is actually able to be used as a sync, with a sync nuke in mind. I could be wrong about that. Does she have a sync nuke? I actually forget. Lyra. Does she have a sync nuke? Yeah, Slore 5. I mean, she can hit a sync nuke, so there's that. Whatever, yeah. Victor, grass is oversaturated, so Victor honestly doesn't... Stop doing that. Whatever. Victor, though he's strong, we'll go over that here in a second. Grass is a very, very oversaturated type. I can't really find many better words to describe it than that, but yeah, you don't really need... Yeah, you don't need any strong grass types. At the very minimum, you've got like Gardenia at least, who is really, really strong in her own right. And then obviously general pool units like Celine and Brendan, Signature Erica, they'll be carrying you in other stages as well, right? So yeah. But looking at Victor's kit, 380 base attack, very, very strong. He can Dynamax for G-Max Drum Soul, 540 base power, ignore stuff that would reduce the damage of the move, and in his passive skills, he's got Piercing Blows, so he ignores any sort of passives that would negate the damage of his move. Chase down 3, powering up his move when the enemy's speed is lowered, which is, you know, drum beating, it does that. And then targets max whenever he uses his max move, all the enemies are hit by it, which, you know, pretty much going to nuclear bomb any stage you're going to be, you know, using him on, right? So 192 base drum beating as well for solid DPS, 4 gauge, dire hit plus maxing his own crit, and then attack rhythm, buffing his own attack and applying free moves next, and raising his physical moves next by 1. Going to be hitting hard with that first drum beating there, so really strong there, even at 1 out of 5. If you do summon, only summon for 1 copy. He's very, very strong with it. He's got a little multiplier here. He's got a very nuclear max move. He's got physical moves next and whatnot. He's got really, really strong base damage and drum beating. You'll be good, right? But if you do go for dupes, 2 out of 5, does he gain really anything at 2 out of 5? He gains super duper effective 1, I guess, really. I guess super desperate if you're going to use them against super effective stages, which of course, Pasio Stadium is a big place you'll want to use them. Critical Line is trainer move, so you can now actually max crit and attack in 2 turns instead of having to use 3 turns to use that last dire hit plus, so there's a little bit of value there. Trainer move NPR, maybe going for that free moves next and physical moves next, so it could be solid, but yeah. Still, 1 out of 5, only really recommend, but 3 out of 5 as well. He's got GMAX Drum Solo Power boost, so 100 base power added, so like, it's a fuckload. Hunter's Instinct, of course, more target speed is lowered, more attack does damage. Cakewalk for the Sync Nuke. Mighty Rush 9. After using his sync move, he gets his physical moves next. He's got a lot he can do. He really does. He's got a lot of damage. Definitely don't recommend going for his 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. They don't really have anything too crazy. The max slip up can help you activate Cakewalk and Hunter's Instinct, but it doesn't really make much of a difference anyway. Just bring a speed debuffer if you're really that worried about it. Yeah. Victor's very, very strong grass attacker, but grass is very, very oversaturated. You can easily replace Victor in 99% of scenarios with a unit like Signature Erica, I don't know, Gloria and Thwacky if you have them. You can do a lot with these grass characters, and that does not require you to have Victor. Will Victor like make the stage like completely brain dead easy? Yeah, sure, probably. But do you need him? No, you don't need him. He's not required at all. Definitely save your gems. You got Special Costume Steven and Special Costume Shauna. Upcoming will be Special Costume Zinnia and Special Costume Lyra. Very, very strong sync pairs all around. Of course, I'll be doing a video if you should summon for Zinnia. Zinnia is a very, very strong tech unit that can do a great sync nuke. They got quite a few tech utility type things like flinches and negating buffs of enemies. They can do quite a lot. Not to mention, of course, Shauna being a debuffing support unit, which is obviously very, very valuable, and Special Costume Steven having one of the best abilities in the game with how many physical moves next. He can raise, lowering enemy rebuff, apply super effective next. He can do a lot for a lot of units. All of which is definitely more valuable than another, grass striker. Of course, strikers are the more common. Well, I wouldn't say strikers are more common now because techs have kind of taken over, but still, strikers, damage dealers come and go. They really do. You can bring in another great nuker or great damage dealer and replace him with another. The game's not that hard. While Victor's good, there's still a lot of amazing strikers, a lot of better strikers. So him just being brain dead grass damage doesn't really make much of a difference. You can find plenty of other better strikers, like Sigma Suit Lysander, Champion Marnie, who just released, Sigma Suit Hilda. A lot of great strikers as well that released after Victor. So, yeah. Anyway. Overall, don't recommend using summon for Victor. Of course, if he's like your favorite character or something, or Rillaboom's your favorite Pokemon, obviously a popular duo there. Sword and Shield protagonist plus, Sword and Shield starter. It's going to be a popular combination. If he's your favorite and you have not gotten him, then of course I always recommend you summon for your favorites. But if you want to summon just for power purposes, it's not really that valuable. Grass is a very, very strong type, and you'll be fine, right? You'll be fine. But yeah, I'm going to end it there, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know if you're going to be summoning for Victor and Rillaboom down in the comments below, and I'll see you later.